Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday and happy chocolate for breakfast. I'm so glad to be here celebrating on this awesome Saturday with y'all. I, as always, am celebrating with some chocolate. I make chocolate for breakfast because why not have pleasure all day long and celebrate the awesome stuff that's in our lives and have gratitude and enjoy it. Enjoy the blessings and the prosperity and the love and everything else that's wonderful that we have, right? So anyway, I welcome you. If you are here, say hello and tell me what you're celebrating too, if you feel so inclined. Hey, Jay, I see you live in the chat box. Thank you so much for being here and saying hi. And any of you that are there, I welcome you to the same. Or if you watch this on the replay, do the same too. Let's all celebrate together and have a good time. All right, so today, you guys, I decided to repeat the same chocolate breakfast I had last week because last week my YouTube live broadcasting wasn't working. I don't know what the deal was, but I got up, I made this super intense, amazing, awesome chocolate French toast, which I will get into in just a second. And it was so delicious, and I was all dressed up, and I couldn't get YouTube to work. I just couldn't get it to go live for me. There was something happening. I couldn't even schedule the live thing. So something was happening on YouTube's end, I think. But all good, all good. It just allowed me to refine the recipe for myself and see if I could improve upon it. And it's so dang good, you guys. So chocolate French toast, this recipe is amazing. And what it has you do is you make this chocolate Grenache and you use coconut milk. So for those of you out there who can't have dairy, this is great for you. And you make this chocolate Grenache and you put it in the middle of the bread, and then you use hot cocoa mix and mix it in with your eggs and coconut milk that you dip the French toast into before you make it. And then the recipe calls for whipped cream on top and a little more Grenache and some toasted coconut, and it is unbelievably delicious. So I made it again today, and what I did this time, you can kind of see what it looks like here. It's kind of melty right now because it literally is hot off the grill right now. One of the things that suggests that you do is you make this Grenache that I totally lost my train of thought there, but I'll just go forward with a different thought, which is that you make this Grenache out of this condensed coconut milk, and it is makes the Grenache so good because I am not usually a huge fan of Grenache. I think it's a little bit rich, and the way most people have you make it is take chocolate and you melt in some cream, and it makes this sort of really thick chocolatey flavor, which people use on cakes and pastries and things like that. And when you use the condensed coconut milk, I don't know what it is, but it creates a flavor that's a little bit it's just more ingestible, makes you just want to, kind of quaffable wine. It just is easier to eat, and it's not quite as rich, I think, is what it is. And the coconut flavor just is really, really, really delicious with it. So, and it's really subtle, but it's really, really, really good. So anyway, it is amazing. And then, you use hot cocoa mix with the eggs that you dip in the hot, the French toast into. And I decided to add a little bit of a chocolate, what am I trying to say? Unsweetened cocoa. I used my Lake Champlain, which is almost gone now. Unsweetened cocoa, which is kind of a more gourmet cocoa that will add a little bit more richer flavor, I think, to the regular hot cocoa mix, right? And they actually suggest that you make your own hot cocoa in the recipe, because the recipe is amazing. But and even it suggests you make your own homemade marshmallows. I wasn't going to go quite that far because it's a little bit intense, but I decided to go with everything else that they suggested. So here we go. I'm going to take a bite. I'm going to tell you how delicious it is, because I know it's delicious. It's just a matter of how delicious it is, if it's better than what I did last week. Oh yeah, that's really good. Guys, this is amazing. It sounds so intense, but it's so good. And the other thing you can do is you can leave it in the fridge excuse me. You can leave it in the fridge overnight and then just toast it the next morning. So you can actually make everything ahead of time and then just get up in the morning and enjoy, not have to worry about making all this intense stuff. The other thing that's really, really cool is the chocolate Grenache. I am using the same Grenache that I made last week because the recipe has you make so much. And I've been using the Grenache all week, just taking like a spoonful and putting it in my coffee. It is amazing. It's so good. So even if you just use the Grenache recipe for ongoing recipes for yourself in the future, highly recommend it. It's really, really good. But this French toast, I have to have one more bite because it's really, really good, you guys, before I get to the celebrations. Really a much more rich chocolate flavor by adding this. But it was just as good last week. They're just a little different, a little bit more of a richer chocolate flavor, but really, it's really good. If you're more of a chocolate snob, so to speak, if you really like that rich kind of bitter flavor of chocolate, you probably would prefer using this instead of hot cocoa. So anyway, let's get to the celebrations. Jay's saying I love being rich. Absolutely, right? So you can use the rich chocolate flavor for here. If you want a rich Grenache, then you can use a standard Grenache recipe with cream and enjoy the richness and be rich. I'm with you on that one. All right, so celebrations. So today is my daughter's birthday. So of course I have to want to celebrate her birthday. In fact, exactly 16 years ago, I was in labor. She was born at like 10:15, which is like 20 minutes from now. So it's like literally almost her birthday at this exact moment in time. And she was born just a tad earlier than her due date. So she was a tiny little peanut, we used to call her. She wasn't quite a preemie because they have like the certain weight qualifications and they have to be born like 2 weeks early or something like that. But she was the tiniest little baby and stayed tiny for so long. The doctors thought I wasn't feeding her or something because she was so tiny. So anyway, I'm so happy to be celebrating her day with her. I feel so blessed to have her in my life. And that's what celebrations are all about, right? They're about, in a lot of ways, I think they're an expression of gratitude and having awesome appreciation for things in your life, and then like making it, you know, almost a ritual out of it. And so birthdays are the ultimate celebration. And I'm excited too because the story around her birthday was the night before. I was at a deck game and I was jumping up and down, kind of yelling at the coach. We did end up winning the game. It was a really big season for us. It was a season that we almost went to the national championship. Didn't quite make it, but we had a really big year. And but this was a really crucial game. And so I was jumping up and down and I felt my water break. And it wasn't like when your water break, it's usually like a big gush, right? And in this case, it was just a little leak. So I wasn't sure. And I didn't say anything to anybody until we're like, you know, leaving the parking lot. I'm like, you know, I think my water might have broken. And so anyway, long story short, obviously I did. And the rest is history. So, and tonight the Ducks are playing again. And they're not playing the same team. We played USC that year at that particular game. But I think we're playing Arizona. I don't know if we're playing Arizona or Arizona State. Anyway, in any case, we're favored to win, so go Ducks, and I'm celebrating my daughter's birthday. And also, speaking of birthdays, my friend Shelley, it's her birthday too. And Jason, you had a birthday last week. Hey, Zaino, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to see that you're celebrating with us. I'm so glad you're here. Love it. The chat box is going crazy. It was my aunt's birthday yesterday. So this has been a week of birthday celebrations. And so happy birthday to all my loved ones out there. I'm so glad that you are in my life. So, let's see, let's get to the second thing which I'm celebrating today, which is I am celebrating video. I'm really, oh, Sherry, hey, you're here too. Woohoo. I love it. We've got a crowd going. That's awesome. So maybe me starting a little late is like the way to do it. I swear, it's always like when by the way, I'm sorry, I was a little bit late this morning because my computer wasn't working as my camera. So, but thank goodness, let's celebrate awesome video streaming. Like I said, right now I'm celebrating video. And this week I didn't get a chance to film my normal YouTube videos, and it was kind of putting me in funk. It was kind of like, wow, I didn't do that. And I kind of was bumming about it. And so I realized like, I really love the chance to be able to be on video and share success and celebrations with you all. And so I thank goodness for this Chocolate for Breakfast live stream that I do every week, because it's pumping me up. It's making up for the lack of my regular YouTube video. And the other last thing I'm celebrating is I'm celebrating gratitude. I was having a conversation with a friend earlier this week, and it was kind of funny. She was, Nina, if you're out there, if you're watching this video, she was kind of laughing at me because she was saying, you know, I just don't get the chocolate for breakfast because I can't eat chocolate for breakfast. I get really sick. And I started laughing because I was like, yes, it's about chocolate. It's about enjoying chocolate because I love chocolate and I love having chocolate for breakfast. And it's not about the idea of indulging and having pleasure all day long, anytime, right? But it's also about the celebrations. It's about having kind of the practice of gratitude and celebrating that. And so anyway, obviously she missed the point of the whole chocolate for breakfast because it's not just about the chocolate recipes. It's about celebrating and having gratitude. And so I had the pleasure of seeing somebody week before last, Yasmin, who has these, he calls them MOFO, which is manifester of fantastic opportunities. And I love the fantastic word because obviously fantasy, right? And he has these cards that he has created because what he does is he every week decides that he wants to practice retirement because a lot of us wait until later on in our life to practice what it's like to have freedom or to have the good things in your life. And so he goes out in the middle of the week and goes to the Oregon coast and he takes pictures with his phone. And then he's created this whole set of cards that's one for each day. And it's really, really cool. And then at this talk that he was at, he gave like all these gratitude hacks, like I think he gave us like 10 of them, like different things you could do to practice gratitude. And so afterwards I went up to him and of course told him about, you know, my chocolate for breakfast practice, but he gave all these awesome ideas. I mean, they're amazing. So highly recommend you checking him out. I'll put a link for his stuff in the description. And then he also is in a couple of months going to have his own podcast and he's going to call it Gratitude Hacks. So I'm really excited about this because obviously it's so fun to learn different ways to practice gratitude. I mean, obviously we can keep a gratitude journal or we can do all different kinds of things. We can go to the coast and practice gratitude, you know, in the middle of the week or whatever it is. Right. And so he had all kinds of fun ideas and highly recommend his stuff. So, but on this card is the one I picked. And on the back it says, there is always time, you have a choice. So it has all these really great messages on the back too, which I love. So anyway, recommend these cards. Like I said, I'll put it in the link below. And thank you, Yasmin, for being at that event and teaching us all kinds of ways to practice gratitude. And I am celebrating gratitude today with you all. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. You guys are going crazy in the chat box. I love it. All right, let's see. First of all, Jay said he is celebrating birthday presents, love, and celebrations. Yep, like I said, I knew it was your birthday earlier this week too. So happy birthday. Fun games and playful activities and fashionable outfits and decoration. Yes, I love that. I love having fun games and playful activities and I love dressing up and decorating myself and gonna decorate the house for my daughter's birthday party that we're having tomorrow. So, yeah, and Zaino, so glad you're here. Join us too. Yes, Jay says that chocolate coconut Grenache French toast sounds delicious. It is amazing. I can't wait to have more when I'm off the live broadcast. Zaino says he's celebrating his basketball team's first game of the season. Woohoo! He didn't get to play because he hurt his ribs. Ooh, I'm sorry about that, but you're happy for the win and your team playing well. That's awesome. That's so cool that you're celebrating with them, but even though you didn't play, sometimes just your presence is an awesome sign of support that shines out and probably help them win, right? So that's awesome. I love it. Jay's getting all kinds of ideas to Zaino to help him out. Sherry's here celebrating her two-year-old's birthday today. What an awesome birthday. Like I said, I have so many people that I know who's had birthdays this week, and especially today. I have like 3 Facebook friends who have a birthday today too, and besides my daughter. So it's obviously an amazing birthday day, and your niece must be really cool. And Sherry's also celebrating a vacation for 2 weeks. Yay. Vacation's always good. Let's see. Her favorite team. What's your favorite team, Sherry? I think I missed that out there in the chat box. Unless you like the Ducks too, Sherry, or do you like Arizona? Is that what you were saying? I'm curious about that. I'm curious what your favorite team is, Sherry. If you get a chance, put it in the chat box below. And Jay says, we're blessed to have Wi-Fi, internet, and tech. I totally agree. Even though my computer wasn't working for a brief second. Now it's working again. So that's the blessings of the internet, right? It is amazing. It's like a miracle. It's a miracle that we get to chat live all over the world right now together and celebrate different things in one space. It's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Okay. And then Sherry also says she's going sailing for 2 weeks this time. Ooh, fun. And you are going to be having Wi-Fi all the way. Yes. Love that. All right, cool. The Seahawks is who Sherry loves, of course, the Seattle Seahawks. I was thinking that maybe, Believe Team. Oh, I got you, Jay. Okay, well, anyway, the Seahawks, because that's where Sherry lives, up in Seattle. So, the Seahawks have been doing well the last few years. So, and since we don't have a team here in Portland, an NFL team, there's a lot of fans down here too. But personally, I like college ball better. I just think it's more interesting and exciting, and you never know who's going to win. I think it's a little bit more unpredictable, so I dig it. I love seeing how it's all going to play out by the end of the season. So anyway, all right, guys, I think that's it. I've been rambling on. I'm so glad you guys are here celebrating with me and chatting it up and keeping the morning interesting. I appreciate it. And we will see you next week for another Chocolate for Breakfast. As always, I encourage you to celebrate yourself with something yummy, someone that you love, and have pleasure all day long. Guys, don't wait till tonight. Go find a way to do it right now. And in the meantime, let me know, and if you get watching this on the replay, let me know what you're celebrating too, and especially if you have a yummy chocolate recipe. I'd love to hear about that too. All right, thanks you guys. Happy Saturday. Talk to you next week.